What do the English like to eat? English food is often seen as bland. Now there is a great word. The word bland means simple, or maybe something that lacks any quality. By that I mean no taste, no colour. Something that is just plain and simple can be described as bland. So English food is often seen as bland and unimaginative in its presentation and taste. So I think this might be a little unfair, because I remember growing up, quite often on Sunday we would have one of our big roast dinners. Lots of vegetables, meat, flavour. So I'm not sure if I would describe it as bland, bland food. But a lot of people do say that English food is bland. And I think it would be fair to say these days, because lots of things have changed over the years. Many popular types of food here in England now are not native to this country. They are types of food, types of cuisine that have been imported into the country over the years for various reasons. First of all, I think it is fair to say that a lot of English people enjoy Italian food. I know what you're going to say, Mr. Duncan. We know you do, because you are always talking about eating spaghetti and pasta. So pasta in this country is very popular. If you go to any large towns or cities, quite often you will find 2 or 3 Italian restaurants. And of course, if you go to the supermarkets, you will find lots of pasta, lots of things you can use to make your own delicious Italian food. So I think it is fair to say, definitely, that we do like Italian food in England. A lot of people enjoy making it at home, or of course going out for a meal in a restaurant as well. Then we have, now I think it is safe to say that a lot of people in England love curry. You might even say that we have become a curry nation. We love curry. Restaurants, maybe food you can buy in the supermarket. You can make your own fresh curry. Or of course you can buy ready-made curry as well in various containers, various types of pre-made food. But I think it is safe to say, especially if you go to certain parts of England, Birmingham, the West Midlands, which is where I spent a lot of my life, curry is a huge food. Also, it happens to be one of my favourite foods as well. There is nothing more fun than going out on a Saturday night or a Friday night even, or even Thursday. A lot of people do go out on Thursday nights. Slowly, Thursday has become the new Friday. So Indian food, curry dishes, very, very popular. I think it is fair to say if you go to any town or city, you will find maybe 2 or 3 or even more curry restaurants. We often refer to them as curry houses. So a curry house is basically a restaurant serving Indian food. I love curry. I've just realised I could really eat a curry right now. We return to the Italian food. If there is one type of Italian food that most people think of when we think of Italy, we often think of pizza. Although I did notice when we had pizza in Italy, the pizza is rather different. It is much drier on the top, and sometimes the cheese and also the things on top of the pizza are not melted. It is just put on top. So I get the feeling there are lots of different types of pizza. However, when we think of pizza here in England, this is normally what we think of. We think of the big slice of melted cheese, which is what we had last night, by the way. Mr. Steve and myself, we had pizza last night, and it was very nice, very lovely. If you were watching last week, you will know that the Chinese restaurant, the Chinese takeaway, has reopened in Much Wenlock. So now I can go and have my lovely Chinese food once more. Chinese food, this particular type of Chinese food, very popular. Noodles. People love eating noodles. I do. I love Chinese food. Not least of all because I spent over 4 years living in China. So you can probably imagine I really do like Chinese food very much. So there are around England, if you go across the UK even, you will find lots and lots of curry houses, places that sell pizza, also Chinese food, lots of Chinese restaurants and Chinese takeaways. I suppose it would be hard to talk about food without talking about fast food. Just like many places in the United Kingdom and around the world, probably where you are as well, we love fast food. We all love it because it's convenient. We often refer to fast food as convenient food. It is easy to get. You can eat it very quickly. So yes, we do like burgers. Beef burgers, hamburgers, chicken burgers, fried chicken, all of those things we love very much. I can actually remember when the first ever McDonald's opened here in the UK. The first ever McDonald's. It was in the late 1970s. So McDonald's has not always been here in England. There was a time when we did not have McDonald's at all. The next thing I'm going to show you is the thing I can't wait to talk about because this is one of my favourite meals. Oh, there it is. Look at that. Oh, yes. Sausage, egg, bacon, beans, tomato, everything. Fried food. We love fried food in England. This particular meal is a type of breakfast. So when we think of a traditional British or English breakfast, this is what we will think of. Egg, sausage, beans, bacon. Some people like to have mushrooms as well. Personally, I don't like mushrooms, so I do not have them at all. This is often referred to as a full English. So this type of meal, if you go to a cafe or sometimes even a restaurant in the morning, they will often do a full English, which means sausage, bacon, egg, beans, fried mushrooms, toast, All this talk of food is making me very hungry. So this is something you might find in many cafes, small cafes. They will do breakfast. And quite often, if you are very lucky, you can have one of these all day. Some places will do all day breakfasts. So you can have this meal at any time of the day in some places. Oh my goodness. And of course, I suppose the one meal that most people think of when they think of British food or English food, fish and chips. Traditional fish and chips. Many towns, many cities. I remember growing up in the town I was brought up in, Stafford. All over the town there were fish and chips shops. Fish and chip shops. So that's what we would call them. Or you can say chip shop. We can go to the chip shop and get some fish and chips. So fried food in England is very popular, and this might be the most popular dish or the most popular meal, especially convenient meals. However, there is something I want to mention. Many years ago, we would see this as being a fairly cheap meal to buy. However, nowadays, this has become a very expensive meal. In fact, if you go to a fish and chip shop and have just fish and chips, it might cost you up to £15. I'm not joking. So this very simple dish, this very simple meal has become very expensive, mainly due to the fact that lots of things have gone up in price. But it used to be a very cheap meal, but nowadays it is a rather expensive meal to have. Finally, here is the one that I've been waiting for. Sometimes when you are hungry, you have to grab some food very quickly. You have to make a meal in a hurry. And this is the one that we love. I think this must be on the top of the list of all the food, of all the meals that we can have, especially if we are in a hurry. Are you ready? I have to say, I love beans on toast. There it is, in all its beauty. 2 slices of toast, you heat up the beans, you pour the beans over the toast. Sometimes you can also add a little bit of butter on the toast. That's it. That is perfection. We love beans on toast in England. And I suppose it would be fair to say also across the UK as well. We are absolutely crazy for beans on toast. It is nutritious, it is quick, and quite often, if you go into the kitchen and open the cupboard, quite often there will be many, many tins of baked beans in the cupboard, just in case you suddenly want to eat something.